CNBC's chief international correspondent, Keir Simmons, joining us live from Dubai. Keir, you spoke to Russia's deputy foreign minister in a wide-ranging interview. What did he have to say about the ousted former president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad?
That's right, Dan. Multiple major powers are reorganizing their foreign policy, more than their foreign policy, their strategic approach. That's what you were talking there about when it came to Israel. What Israel is doing is not even waiting to see what a new government of Syria will look like. It's trying to take out Syria's capabilities, its military capabilities, in order to ensure that that kind of munition doesn't fall into the hands of the wrong people from Israel's point of view, if you like. And Russia, well, Russia is trying to do at least two things seemingly contradictory. So it's racing to try to do a deal or to communicate, to negotiate with these rebels that have stormed through Syria. And at the same time, it now says it has taken in Bashar al-Assad, the former president, we have to call him the former president now, of Syria, and that it will protect him. Russia confirming that in an interview with us, the deputy foreign minister, Sergei Ryabkov, telling us that he was smuggled out of the country, if you like, in a secure operation. Take a listen.
President Assad is in Russia. In such a situation, it would be very wrong for me to elaborate on what happened and how it was resolved. But he's secured, and it shows that Russia acts as required in such an extraordinary situation.
If the Syrian people called for him to be put on trial, if the International Criminal Court called for him to be put on trial, would you send him for trial?
Russia is not party to the convention that established the International Criminal Court.
And remember, Dan, that the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for President Putin and also, of course, for Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel. Those arrest warrants rejected by Israel and by the US, but at the same time, just underscoring how uncertain the situation is. Reuters reporting that Russia has moved its Mediterranean fleet from the port of Tartus in Syria out, anchoring off the coast. Again, a sign that capitals around the world with interests in the Middle East and in Syria just don't know where this is going to go at this stage, Dan.
Indeed, Keir, and you say it correctly there. The fall of Syria has wide-ranging geopolitical implications. Let's take a step back here, because you also spoke about Ukraine with the Deputy Foreign Minister. What is Russia's strategy now, particularly in this transition period in the United States? And is there any suggestion that Moscow might actually be willing to compromise after years of conflict with Kyiv?
Well, there is suggestion of that, but it depends who you listen to in Russia, Dan. And really, you're exactly right. Everybody is waiting for the arrival of President-elect Trump. That is because, of course, his mandate is to bring a ceasefire between, or negotiate a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. That is clearly crucial to Russia's strategy. Now, President Putin has said that he, in those negotiations, would want all of Donbass and other pieces of territory, to Zaporizhia, Kherson. Now, of course, that would be really, it's hard to imagine Ukraine accepting something like that. At the same time, when I spoke to Russia's deputy foreign minister, he seemed to suggest that they that they want to freeze the territorial issues, if you like. Take a listen. President Putin has talked about Russia holding Donbass and having Kherson and Zaporizhia. So Russia clearly isn't close to those kinds of goals. So can you clarify for me, is Russia ready to compromise on Ukraine?
Compromise meaning finding way how to ensure that those territories who became over recent period integral parts of Russia remain so.
To be clear, though, you would expect those negotiations to win for Moscow more Ukrainian territory.
Well, I didn't say more. I said those territories who became parts of Russia over a recent period should remain there, because that was an open and clear implementation of people's right for self-determination.
Meanwhile, Dan, another voice, the head of the SVR, which is the equivalent of Russia's equivalent of America's CIA, writing in an internal article for Russia's intelligence magazine, which is published, surprisingly perhaps, that Russia has almost achieved its war goals. So, Dan, there are questions about what Russia wants. Perhaps it is a negotiating strategy. You don't give away everything that you might compromise on before you get around the table into talks. But I think it also raises the question about whether Russia and Ukraine actually can come to terms, even under potentially huge pressure from a future President Trump. And another aspect of this, and I asked the Deputy Foreign Minister about it, Russia has said it won't accept Ukraine being a member of NATO. Will it, though, accept security guarantees for Ukraine? Because it's hard to imagine a deal where Ukraine has no security guarantees at all. The Deputy Foreign Minister didn't seem to quite answer that question. Again, it looks like these things are going to be worked out, or perhaps not, around the negotiating table.